We are live now. Join in. Okay. So, funniest thing just happened.
Is my mother there yet?
No. No. Will you let her know?
Yeah, I'll email her.
I tried to email her, but I'm not sure she joined. So, Jim Louderback. I don't know who else is going to be joining us here. Let's see. There you are. Hi, Jim Louderback.
I call her, but I don't know if I'm listening to someone.
Can you hear me, Jim? I can't hear you.
I'm unmuted.
Oh,
Yes,
you're
I can hear
unmuted. So, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I went over it. It was hilarious. I had a meeting at 1:30. I didn't know who it was with. You ever take a meeting you just forgot who it was, and
you just kind of have to do it.
So I joined in the meeting, and sure, it's the craziest thing is these two shock jocks, that are on Skype, and they're pretty big deal apparently, and they start talking. Hi, Diana, meet Jim Louderback, and I told them to join in if they want, so they may come on in. I really don't know what to expect. So I shock jocks. I was late to the podcast that were. It was crazy. I'll post it to my Facebook page and show it to you. It was really insane. Diana, you're looking lovely today.
Thank you.
They're probably going to pop in. I hope they keep their language in tune because it just got raunchy, really raunchy. You have lipstick on, Diana.
I put on lipstick every day. What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Why you put lipstick on? You're not allowed to see anyone.
I go out every day. I've already walked 7,000 steps.
She's walked 7,000 miles barefoot in the snow.
That's not
Hi,
mine.
Mom.
Hi, Laura. Is anybody on? Because I have something I want to talk about.
Yes. Yes, but we need to let the audience build before you jump right in.
You can't start talking yet.
Well,
You should be
No.
singing the theme music.
You have to sing the theme music.
You need a theme song for your weekly show.
What's it going to be?
I don't have a
Oh, I know.
What?
I Karachi or I Miss Simona.
No,
What's the song that you sing?
Wonton soup.
Yeah, wonton soup. Someone should do this. Hi, Lisa. Hi, David. Good to see you. What?
Background on.
There's a button that you can push. It's near the
Actually,
video.
Go to where it says, you see where it says on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, stop video, the little video camera icon?
Yes.
You see the little caret next to it, to the right of it, the little triangle pointing up?
I see it says share content. I'm on an iPad. I'm not on a
You probably can't do it.
iPad.
Yeah, I'm on an iPad too.
Yeah, you're using one of those like sort of less than capable devices from.
I'm sorry. I didn't get my kitchen.
All right, cool.
So, Jim, thank you for joining us. We're going to go around the horn here pretty soon and have everyone introduce themselves. And Diana, the topic for today's show, and I apologize profusely about being late. It was a bizarre experience that you're going to have to watch. I'll circulate what happened. But today's topic is, Diana, can you just tee it up for us, please?
It's food, but before we go to food, I do want to do one thing because I'm a little. I'm maybe you've heard about the pandemic.
No, I haven't heard about it. You want to share it with us a little bit?
It's happening. It's happening. So for the last 2 days, I've been wearing a mask. It's been a very chic scarf. So I went into my scarf drawer because the scarf was too hot, and I was really walking 13,000 steps yesterday. So today, I went in my scarf drawer, which I haven't been in about 25 years, and nobody knows who I am because I have this mask on. So now if anybody's good at embroidery or anything like that, this is what I found in my scarf drawer. One moment.
Can we see?
And what does it say? Diana.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
In case you forget your name?
Yeah, that's my name. You know my name was Diana?
Yeah, but if
You
you,
kind of look like the Lone Ranger.
No, otherwise I look like a bank robber. Like other-
You really don't want to be a bank robber with your name on the front of it.
That would really be stupid.
Yeah.
can I tell you a funny story real briefly about that? One of my sisters called me up and she needed some legal advice. She was shoplifting in a store. This was many years ago, and she
picked up her prescription.
she shoplifted a salad, but she picked up her prescription and she ran off and left her prescription in the shopping cart with her name on it.
That's your sister.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Sister really needed that prescription.
Oh yeah.
She left yeah. She would have been better off taking the prescription, but that one might have been. She got the salad. Yeah. So who do we have? We're gonna have a bunch of people joining because I was late, and I apologize. But Diana, what are we talking about today? And
We're talking about food. And I want to read something because most of you probably don't know me, but I'm the mother of Laura. And you know what my relationship is to Scott, correct? All right. When they had a 1-year anniversary, which was 1997, because they got married in 96, my husband and I gave them a trip to France, Belgium, and Holland, Amsterdam. So anyway, the fax machine was in vogue at the time. And this morning, as I was looking for scarves, I found other things. And one was a fax from Laura, followed by a fax from Scott. And I'm going to read them because they have a little to do with food. Laura said, "We had a great time in Paris, although Scott was ready to go AWOL from Laura's boot camp. We did cover a lot of ground, all on foot. Brussels is okay. We had yummy waffles at the amusement park yesterday, but we haven't been able to find any as good in town, and we keep trying. We went to Bruges today. It was incredible. We want to go back. We had dinner in a trendy restaurant. Scott complained because it was too hot and the service was too slow. He also complained all through Paris that his legs hurt and he wanted to take a nap." That is from Laura. Then Scott followed it with, "Hello, everyone. You probably read Laura's version of our trip, which sounds like I've been complaining a lot. Let me begin by saying we're having a wonderful time. Thank you both very much. Paris is amazing, but it's very large. No rest breaks are allowed. We arrived, and within seconds, the boot camp commenced. The only breaks were for food, which was quite good. Then more walking. No sitting was permitted. At one point, I suggested we take a short break, an hour or so, at the Tuileries, across from the Louvre, but that was not on the schedule. No cabs were permitted either. Walk, 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 and more walking. And then that was just the first day. Day 2, more walking, no breaks except for an occasional church or museum. Belgium is fun. The French fries are good, and I deserve them with all of the walking. Well, gotta walk. That was 4 years ago. Has anything changed?
No.
No.
I thought it was like that.
That is hilarious. You know, Carla, you're going to have to, I don't know how to boot Carla because, Carla, stop with your drawing. No one wants to see your drawing, please. Does anyone know how to get rid of Carla? I'm sorry.
I just did, Scott.
Thank you. I don't know. How, do you have admin?
It's hide non-video participants when you click on one of the participants and their little 3 dots in the upper right hand corner.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. That was a funny story. In all truthfulness, thanks to parents like Diana and my parents, we traveled a lot, and but I'll tell you, your school of traveling is ridiculous, because this walk-in thing. I like to chill out a little bit. There's something. Travel is a vacation. I mean,
obviously, I'm going to be traveling with Laura, not with you, because that's where I travel.
It says boom, 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 and you go here, you go there, you go.
See.
The Mona Lisa. All right, you saw it. Move on. It's.
If you see the Mona Lisa, you got to wait in line. You don't want to do that. That cuts it on your walking.
That's true.
That is ridiculous. So let me introduce Jim Louder back to everyone here, and everyone go around. Jim is a very close friend of mine. I've known Jim as long as I've been doing SCOTTeVEST. It almost seems longer he's been in my life. And he was one of the original Tech TV guys, and he works with VidCom, and he's working from home like all of us. Talk about traveler. He is an extreme world traveler, and I suspect a pretty good eater, which is today's topic as well. Jim, did I adequately summarize your bio there?
Yeah, it was good. I think I've known Scott since, even before Tech TV, when back at, I think even PC Week when he first started to come out.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, clothes to put your computers in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Oh, so I got Diana on the Spotlight video. I canceled the Spotlight video because I wanted to get rid of that other person. So Lisa, welcome.
Hi Scott. Hi everybody.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us again.
Good to see you. Thank you for inviting me. It's really nice because the weeks are long.
Yeah.
So I travel too, and I love that we're doing food today because I work in the food industry.
What do you do?
I'm an organic chemist by trade, and I work in putting vitamins in food and other fortification agents, but I love to cook. It's a big hobby of mine, and being home now, I get a lot of time to do that. So this is wonderful.
Well, you're one of the industries that's doing pretty well under the pandemic situation.
Yeah, we can't keep up. The demand is incredible. But on a very positive note, a lot of our factories are in Europe. We have some in China. No interruptions. Everything is running very smoothly.
Well, that is good to hear. Did you bring with you a few good food travel stories to talk about?
Sure, I can. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's introduce David here if he's willing to eat. Looks like David's a lion tamer of sorts.
David's having green screen issues.
Is he floating in and out?
Yeah, it's just that he's got the background going, but there's not enough light on him, so the computer doesn't know how to differentiate him from the lion.
What, do you know something about video or something? Or you nothing about video.
We're lucky to have you on this call.
David, you're also muted, which makes it difficult. So Diana, so will you tell us? Go around the horn here and draw out some people's food stuff.
Well, I'll tell my story. My original story that I told 2 weeks ago is where did I hear about? Well, it was about travel when I went to Eagle River, Wisconsin. But I was 3. Yeah, but then when I was 13, my mother took me to Europe on a 45-day, if it's Tuesday, it must be Brussels or whatever. And we got to Italy. I have to preface it with, I used to be a very picky eater. So she took me to a very famous restaurant. I was 13 in Rome, and it was called Ristorante Alfredo. He actually invented the pasta Alfredo. But I only knew the word spaghetti because this is a million years ago. So we sat down, it was either lunch or dinner, I don't know what. My mother was I'm getting bored with her and she's bored with me because it's about 20 days into this. And I ordered for an appetizer, some kind of a spaghetti thing. And then for dinner, I ordered pasta Alfredo. And with that, Alfredo, the chef, came out of the kitchen, wanted to meet me. I didn't know what it was all about. I had no idea. I had ordered pasta and pasta. He autographed my menu, which I have somewhere, probably under those scarves that I was looking at. And I was not embarrassed because it was really good, and it was probably the only good meal I have had in Italy, which is followed by, which we'll get to later. But now, who wants a turn? Lisa? Jim? Laura? Laura's not on TV.
Ferris? Bueller?
You gotta pick someone. As a good interviewer, you move to somebody directly and ask questions.
What do you know about all this video stuff?
I know nothing. I'll call on Jim. Jim, what's your favorite place for food?
So I'm going to go with Italy also. If you take a look at the background that I have here, this is a shot that I took at a deli in Lucca, Italy. And,
Oh, I like them.
yeah, and I actually like it because, as you can see, that boar's head has been fortified with sunglasses and a hat. But yeah, some of the best food in Italy, and I'm going to actually show you another picture in Italy that I really like as well. So I love the delis because the cheese and it's really salted gourmet take parts. They do it so well. But this was I want to tell you my amazing. Actually, this is my best food story in Italy. So a friend of mine told me to go to this place that had a truffle festival.
It looks
So it's like truffles. What do I know about truffles, right? So go up to this place, this great truffle festival in Italy, and up in northern Italy. And so I said, okay, I went up there, and I've been traveling. I was work travel and then fun travel. I just drove up to Alba, is the name of the place. Drove up to Alba, and I walk into town. Police said, go to this great place. You're going to get great truffles. It's the time when they come out. And I start walking, I sit down at the bar, and I'm seeing this great bar. And I had a glass of wine in front of me, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I smell terrible. I'm like, I'm wearing SCOTTeVEST stuff, so at least that looks good. I'm like, oh man, I smell terrible. What's wrong with me? And I look down the bar, and there's this big bowl down at the end of the bar full of what you see in my hands, which are white truffles. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the truffles that smell that way. The entire town smelled like truffles. And I got just pasta with shaved truffles. Truffles are super expensive, like
Oh, they're
60
ridiculous.
kilograms for a little, 60 euro for a little piece. I ate it and I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. So there's a little truffle food story for you.
Do truffles smell bad in their raw form?
They just smell really pungent. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is it? Because I didn't know. I'm like, what is this odor? Now, of course, I'm like, yeah, just give me those whenever I can, and I can afford them.
They're very earthy, and they almost have like a pungency like cheese does.
Yeah.
So they're good on like fettuccine Alfredo with white truffles is really good. But to just eat them, you gotta have them with something.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and that just a little bit of the way they serve it there is just pasta, a little bit of butter, and the truffles, and you're like, oh my God, I can eat this for the rest of my life.
I forgot to ask, before we start, is everyone safe and healthy? Is anyone in their lives, impacted, sick, or just is everyone okay?
Yeah. All good.
Great, absolutely great. I've been in the house since the 13th of March. Just go out for a walk every day, but otherwise than that.
And are you by yourself?
Yeah, I'm a widow, so I'm by myself.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
I mean, I feel my cousin's like 27 years old in LA by herself. I mean, in an apartment. I mean, at least I have Laura and the poodles. I mean, I feel badly for people.
Yeah.
It must be. Yeah, well, Diana's by herself, I guess.
I'm not, because I'm out every day and I see people and we wave.
I see people and I say, humans, talk to me. Yeah.
No, but you could talk to your neighbors. I make sure I'm like 12 feet. 6 feet isn't enough for me.
Oh. So, Lisa, what's your food travel story? I'm saving mine.
Okay, this is, it's not anything, it's just a cool story. So my lady husband and I went to Chile. And so we like to explore, we'll take a car, we drive, and we went up into the Andes, went to a ski area. I'm a little bit of a geek. I like to collect rocks and minerals. So did a little bit of that, and we're coming back, and we see this old man with a serape on and a young boy, and they're hitchhiking. And this is in the middle of nowhere. So my husband decides that we're gonna pick them up. I'm not really cool with this, but I'm like, okay. We pick him up. He spoke Spanish, so he's conversing with them. I don't speak Spanish. So they invited us then to their house, and we had dinner with them, and they made, the guy's wife made dinner, and they had gone camping by themselves for the weekends in the Andes and just slept in their serapes and had the food they had. So we went back to their house. The guy also collected rocks and minerals. He gave me some stuff to take home. And they made us like this huge meal of all the local Chilean food. Like they make this dish, it's like a chicken stew with corn in it that was fabulous and all this other stuff that I really can't even describe. But to be invited in their house and to have them cook the food, it was really amazing.
Wow, that's a great story.
It was really fun.
Wow.
And then I wanted to go to Chile to go to all the wineries. So we did that tour too, which was really nice.
Diana was telling me about, she only drinks when she's with people, because she's not a drunk like her son-in-law, and she said during this pandemic thing, she hasn't had a cocktail in 2.5 weeks.
Well, March 15th at Shaw's Crab House, I had my last vodka.
Do you miss it?
No.
No. I assume, Jim, you're having a glass of wine here and there with Kimmy and Sam and others.
Yeah, but also doing some really interesting.
Is that a wine cellar, by the way? That's cool.
No, so this is actually from one of my favorite places in the world in Lisbon. It's a wine bar, and what you see on top are all wine bottles.
Oh, that's so cool.
The bar is over here. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Very.
That's very cool.
So, if you go to Lisbon, you got to go to this wine bar. It's super cool. I'll tell you what it's called. It is called By the Wine. So go there. But, one of the things that I've been doing, and this was really fun. I did it last night with a couple friends, had a Zoom-based happy hour. But in this particular case, a friend of mine has a winery and makes wine, and he works with another friend of mine, and we got together, and we all three of us had the same wine from 2016 that he'd made. We all opened it. We did a virtual wine tasting with the guy who owns the winery.
That's awesome.
And so that was really cool. So yeah, there's definitely you can still do social things. Diana, you should get some of your friends together and I'll have a cocktail together on Zoom. It's fun.
Well, we did that with Laura's college friend, Gordon Greenberg. They were having wine. They live in, they have a house out of New York. Thank God they're out of the city. And I had my iced tea. And Gordon said to me, "You always drank wine." I said, "Not after dinner."
So I have to share because I think you'll get a kick out of this. Hold on one second. You can see my screen right now, I assume. Okay. So hold on. So the reason why I'm late was I clicked into this.
All women dogs.
I don't like to pet penises. So this is where I literally landed in and I had no idea what was going on. Here's my food story. I occasionally I do these crazy diets called cabbage soup diets, where you eat basically cabbage soup and something else for a day. And in 1 week I lost 12 pounds, and it was right before my friend's wedding, a destination wedding in New Orleans. So we went to New Orleans.
That was my story.
Oh no, I took it. Well, are you going to do a story?
Yeah, that was one I bought.
What do you? Is that tiger underwear? Oh.
If you're going to talk about shock jocks, I'm going to be Joe Exotic, okay?
Joe Exotic. Are you watching that?
He's coming to get you. He's coming to get
Ah!
you. Sorry, I interrupted your story.
No, so I go to New Orleans after losing 13 pounds on this fabulous wedding experience. And I mean, there's a reason why that town's known for its food. We ate and ate and ate, and I came back, I was 17 pounds more than when I went there. In a 2.5 day trip, I gained 17 pounds, which is a net 4-pound gain if you take out the 13-pound loss that I started with. So,
But you left out the most important part of
get
the
in,
story.
you have to get in.
So the last night we're there. I don't know where the camera is. I'm
You're
here.
gonna take your background away, Scott, so we can see Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi. So the last night we go to Commander's Palace for dinner. And I don't really like dessert, but the things I like, I really like. And so we're ordering dinner, and they said if we wanted the bread pudding souffle, we had to order before dinner. So I said yes, and I wanted my own. And Scott said, no, we've been eating so much all weekend, we have to share. And I said, I want my own. And we got into probably the biggest fight of our marriage over this bread pudding souffle, and somebody won, and we got one to share. And it was the biggest mistake he ever made because we should have each had our own.
She's
It was
right.
so amazing.
Yeah, it was, and then we got the recipe, and Laura to this day is convinced that they screw up the recipe to make you
Well,
think
no, that one you can't. You have to get the special French bread from New Orleans, which is more like Italian bread, and you can't get it
Right.
other places. That's why it's not as good if you make it yourself.
Well, also where you live, because you're at a high altitude, when you make a souffle, that affects
You
how
can't.
It's very hard to cook here. I've tried. It's impossible.
Well, I can tell a story about that. When you moved there, you moved from sea level to 6,000 feet.
Yeah.
So my husband had a mother that I disliked intensely. And I think she felt the same way about me.
Yeah, I can relate.
That was, yeah. Bye. So anyway, I looked at the University of Colorado who did the exchanges for if you're at sea level or, with the flour, the sugar, because there's a very difference in the ingredients. So I went along and I was at your house, the rent, whatever, when you first moved there, and I had the book, and I'm very good at math. And I did all of the recipes, the shortbread recipes, the other recipes, and then I got to my mother-in-law's. What do they call them, Laura? What kind of
They're
cookies did she?
Swiss cookies. They're Swedish cookies.
Swedish cookies.
Swiss.
And I did the math. It was the last time I did something. Laura calls me about 2 weeks later when I'm home, and she said, Grandma's cookies are all over the oven. I absolutely did the wrong thing on that one. Sorry, Laura. Well, you got rid of that oven, I hope.
Oh my God. What's everyone doing for the weekend? I guess staying home. No one's traveling.
No.
Exactly.
Is that Tiger King any good, Jim, by the way? Is it worth watching?
Everybody likes it.
It's really out there. Here's the thing: if you do end up watching it,
I'm one episode in and I'm not sold yet.
well, so it's episode 3 or 4 slows down. We're on episode. We're gonna maybe watch the last episode. It's what I will say though is, as you watch it, think about this. So you remember when I was at Revision 3, right? And after we sold to Discovery, we had Big Cat Rescue was one of our members of our network, because there's a video guy, the guy who did all the great video with Big Cat Rescue was great, a genius, and he really put those guys on the map. So we brought them into one of our sub networks at Revision 3. It's so funny because I haven't thought about Big Cat Rescue for
That's funny. Yeah.
6 years.
So I should stick it out?
It's worth watching if there's one episode where it's kind of like crime drama with Carol Baskin that you can just move beyond. But it has its moments.
I mean, there's murder involved and stuff. I understand.
Here's the thing. It should have been about an hour and a half, and it's 7 hours or 6
Oh.
hours. So yeah.
Yeah, that does not sound appealing. What about that should I want to watch?
Have you seen The Americans, that series?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, that's about
I think we'd all do well to remember that series. In that time of our lives when
Exactly.
it's crazy. Has anyone traveled to Russia?
Yes, twice.
Is there any place you haven't been?
Yes, Jordan
I've been to Jordan.
and Antarctica, and I'm never going there.
It's a little chilly.
No, I like chili, and I like Chile, actually. Santiago Chile is one of my favorite places.
It's getting warmer in Antarctica. I think you might be able to have a beach vacation there soon.
I'll bring my.
I love how you
my-
keep changing your backgrounds. I mean, have you? Is it that easy to do? You got to find the
So
pic.
easy. It's so easy, Scott.
I mean, I can see. I can change from the 4 they offer, but it doesn't look like there's like a.
There's a little plus icon where you above the pictures where you can add any image or video you
Oh,
want.
I see. There we go. All right.
You just leave that interface up, and I actually went and got
Oh,
a
and
bunch of-
videos too. That's cool.
Yeah, videos too. Well, what's playing behind you is a video right now.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Here, let me see if I can play with this.
Yeah, the one just so that while you do that, I'll tell. So, oh yeah, look at that. You got your mountain background. This is in Sri Lanka, which I was just in December. Amazing. Go to Sri Lanka. It's one of the best places. Amazing food, amazing scenery. And then check this out, the tea plantations. Like, I'm not much of a tea drinker, but I went with a friend who's a total tea nut. And it's a lot like wine because it's got terroir. They take it out. They have a sorting table to go through. There are different grades. There's different places. These are all tea plantations in the hills of Sri Lanka.
It's
Amazing.
beautiful. It's amazing.
That's Mount Baldy.
Yes. David keeps popping in and out. David, it looks like you're muted. If you figure out your green screen and you want to say hi, you're more than welcome to join in. We're looking forward here to opening up our retail store soon.
Oh boy.
David, your mic is not any good.
I'm having internet connection trouble, so I'll talk more next time.
Okay.
You sound like all the creatures on Animal Crossing, if anybody's been playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, I like your background now. Oh,
That's Animal Crossing right there. That's the thing that's all of us who are stuck at home and have Switches. We're all playing Animal Crossing because we're building these little worlds inside of Animal Crossing so that we escape from the reality of the real world. Cool.
Speaking of food, which we started with, I'm judging a family food contest on Sunday. It's going to be a blind contest. The first 3 families are doing this. I think Scott and Laura know who they are, the Mendelssohns. The first item is meatloaf. And they're dropping 3, the 3 are going to be dropped off at my house, and we will do this probably on FaceTime or on Zoom, on FaceTime. And I will judge. It's a blind test. And of course, I'm going to bring my own meatloaf out, and I'm going to probably win, I think. Then we're going to do bolognese sauce. We're going to do cookies. And I get to, they drop it off to me, and I don't know what the winner gets. We haven't decided. Maybe they'll take me to Jordan or Sri Lanka.
Sounds like one of those double blind wine tastings where, you got all these, they're going to have all these meatloafs in paper bags. You'll be like,
You're right. But everybody's looking for something really crazy to do because it's very boring.
You got to play Animal Crossing. Do you have a Switch? Do you have a Nintendo Switch?
No.
Doesn't matter. Anybody can play it. It's easy. You just run around and hang out and build little places and get cherries from the tree.
Oh, I have to think about that who's that?
Who's that?
Where?
Where?
Behind you.
Oh, that's
you
Sabrina.
casting?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at this.
It's the wolf picture.
Doesn't she look like a wolf?
Not in
We're an
person.
Irish wolf
She's
now.
sound asleep.
Yeah, someone said an Irish wolfhound.
She's
She
a
actually
lot smaller.
a lot smaller.
Remember Louis?
Yeah.
He had an Irish
Speaking
wolfhound
of
in the
that-
office.
Have you heard the wolves on your walks anymore?
No, we have
Oh,
not.
boy.
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worried me.
Do you follow along on the walk?
Oh, I'm the crazy poodle lady from Atlanta. Absolutely.
Can you hold up your poodle? Can we see your poodle, please?
I don't have one yet, so
How
right
can you be
now,
the crazy poodle lady
She
without?
follows us.
Oh.
No, I used to have one, but I've been working and I travel a lot for my job, but I'm retiring end of April. So then, once we're over Corona, I will be able to show you my poodle because I will get one.
All right. Well, are you getting a standard?
Yeah, of course a standard. Is there any other kind?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? But I have to be honest, after watching Sabrina grow up, I don't know if I have the stamina for a puppy.
It's tough.
I have to borrow baby Rhonda to deal with the puppy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might. You
Yeah,
might.
Rhonda's a good big sister. She
Yes,
entertains
she
her.
is.
Wow.
She saved you a lot of agita.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, she
So I think it's
does.
time to show off our dogs. I want to show off my dog.
Yes. Oh my God.
What do you have?
It's a Bichon Shih Tzu mix.
Very cute.
Yeah, and yeah, actually we have a poodle mix too, but it's a
Look at
mix,
that
not a
hair.
real poodle.
That hairdo.
That's wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
On another beach.
And you get to still go to the beach, you told me the other day.
I do. I can walk to the beach from here, so I'll be down on the beach later today with the dogs. Walking.
Our beaches are closed. Our mayor closed our beaches, our parks, and our playgrounds.
Yeah, they just closed the parking lot, which means for people like me who can walk there, it's fine.
That's right.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
closed the playgrounds here, but that's all. And they're still encouraging
That's-
us to exercise and get out.
They should close your town.
Well, we
They
pretty much
have.
have.
Did you read that New Yorker article?
Yes, it's very scary.
Yeah. Jim, did I send it to you? I don't know.
Well, but send it.
I mean, basically, we're the highest
Per capita.
per capita
Per capita.
in the world. Above
Wow.
Wuhan, above northern Italy. I mean, if we're the worst place in the world to be in, except not really. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. But if you're concerned about the virus,
although they're hoping to do, because it's such a small kind of controlled population, start doing some antibody testing and be able to test they're going to try to test everybody.
so we'll all know whether we
Neil
had
put
it or
in
not.
his
Well, that's
newsletter
kind of
last
cool because
night.
then you're going to know if
It's
people have
the
already have
town.
conferred immunity without actually getting it, which is really
Right.
interesting, or being asymptomatic, which is something I'd really like to know. Like, we traveled to, when I was in Sri Lanka, we also went to Singapore and Thailand in December. And when I went over there, I got a bit of a hacking cough. My wife and my son had basically this hacking cough from the time we got back for like 2 weeks. And, 2 or 3 weeks that they got over it, it was fine, no fever or anything. But we wonder, I mean, did we actually get it? Or we
You may have.
Well, there are two strains. There's an L strain and an S strain. So the one that started in Wuhan, that was the S strain. And now, since it's been here, it's morphing more to the L strain. And that's why some people think you can get it more than once.
Oh,
But they also say if they develop a vaccine, it should cover both strains.
Is this strain worse? Which one's worse?
I don't know. They didn't say that. They just said there were two strains, and it started at S, and it's already mutated to now where it's the L strain. But it hasn't further mutated yet.
Crazy. Well,
Scary stuff. It really is scary.
I want to thank everyone for attending the Scott and Diana talk travel food show, and I again apologize for being late. It seems that Fridays might not be as good of a time, or because I was late. Last time we had a lot more
You
folks.
should do anytime.
Well,
Our
I
schedule's
think we maybe need to let people know,
Mhm.
like we did last time.
You didn't.
Jim, you're welcome to pop in if you feel like it. Lisa, you're a regular, and David.
Well, just
Okay.
let me know when you do it,
Yeah.
and make sure.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's our golden doodle. So that's
What's his name?
Luke.
What's his
Luke.
Luke? Oh, he's
Luke,
cute.
I am your master, Luke.
He's cute.
So just as Scott knows, do it every week at the same time,
Yeah.
and let people know, and let me know, and I'm happy to jump in. I'll bring in more pictures of whatever you're talking about.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
you did.
Next time, I'll go on my computer so you don't have to look at my kitchen.
Yeah, well,
So where are
pictures are
the
fun.
girls, by the way?
They're all asleep.
And we should train everyone, Diana. If you could put all your pictures in a folder on that screen in front of you called a computer, You know, I'll have Jim call you and teach you how to do it.
There you go.
Well, let me tell you, Scott is the worst teacher I have ever.
You're the worst student I have ever.
And wait, has anybody ever watched our cooking show?
I have.
The two of us?
Yes.
I was going to say,
Been
there's
present.
a reality TV show here waiting to happen, and something
Exactly.
Well, I know someone in video. Does he know
Yeah.
anyone that can put it together?
Yeah, the Diana Scott cooking show is
Oh my gosh.
it's horrible. But you know, now since you've now canceled your second trip to visit us.
Yes.
She was supposed to be here. in
They don't
March,
allow elderly people.
But
they
maybe you guys can get the same recipe and do them in separate kitchens instead of fighting
We
in the
could do
same kitchen.
that.
And I think that might be a better way to do your cooking show.
Kind of
Well,
like
he
a,
likes
kind of like a
salt and
cook-off.
Yeah, let's do a cook-off. That would actually be really fun.
Mhm.
Diane, you want to do
Well,
it?
It's after my meatloaf off and my bolognese
Yes.
sauce off. I'm so busy now. I don't know if I can fit you in.
And she's got to get her 17,000 steps in.
Look at her arms. I mean, is that ridiculous? Can you see Laura's arms?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I've been carrying a lot of boxes around this week.
I mean, look at that. She can kick my butt in a heartbeat.
I'm getting ready for our virtual retail store, and
Yeah, we gotta.
they delivered all the boxes and blocked our garage. I had to bring everything.
Well, I have a
Okay.
Scotty
No.
jacket on because it's going to be 60 degrees tomorrow. So I'm really concerned if this is pink and this is red. So am I making a fashion misstatement?
I love the name tag. That's
That's
hilarious.
I'm not sure anybody's
You
going to
love that.
Yes.
All righty, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye.